So I think this is 7:10. Greetings, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. So we have two students now, and it's good that we start early so we can close early. So I just hand over the mic to Koyet to take over from here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kamba, and good evening once again. Good evening, everyone. So, my name is Kuyat, and today's session is going to be a little bit of theory and partly practical. So, but the theory, I believe we are going to run with a little bit speed so that we can have much time for the practical. So, without wasting much of our time, I think we are just going to begin. So thank you so very much. So please permit me to share my screen. Awesome. Okay. So this is my screen. I always want to be taking us through the steps. For those who might be finding it difficult to come to trace it, at least this will be easier. So once you get to the Tyap Wikimedians User Group meta page, you just look for the mentor me. Click on it. Once it opens, you come here, look at the time duration, August to December 2025. You click on it. But then, sorry, please, before we proceed, is there anybody who is joining us for the first time? Anybody on the call? Because I see a name here. Is it Nachali? I don't know. Are you just joining for the first time or you have been attending the session?
Not new.
Sorry?
This is not my first time.
Okay, this is your first time?
Yeah, everybody, I'm using, it's not my first time. Me too, I'm using my TIAP name.
Okay, what's your TIAP? Okay. Okay, what is the name that you have been using before?
This is Francis.
Oh,
This is
Mr. Francis.
Francis.
All right, thank you very much. Because I just want to be sure. But this one doesn't sound like Tiap. If you need a Tiap name, maybe you can just ask. You just need to ask. I will give you one. A very good one for that. All right, so back to the business. All right, back to sharing my screen again. So this is where we are. Um, just scrolling down. So today being Wednesday, 13th of August. So as today we will be looking at how refreshers, oh God. We'll be talking about sources and citation, how to refresh us. We'll be looking at sources and citation. So let's go to the work. All you need to do is just to click on the link here, sources and citation. It will take you to the main work. So from the table of contents here, if you look at from my right hand side, you see what we'll be looking at today. We'll be looking at citation, why verify, how to add a citation with wiki codes, how to use the site gadget, how to add a citation with visual editor, then video citation, and that's all. So moving on. So from source and citation, how do you find good sources and cite them on Wikipedia? This tutorial will show you how. So let's start. Okay. Somebody's mic is open. Sankwa, please mute your mic.
Yes, I'm trying to. I
So
didn't
we'll
see
be
my.
looking at citation. So in this model, so
sorry,
In this module,
I'm trying to get this thing.
we will
Yeah,
quickly
mute it.
review what
Uh-huh.
you need to know to probably so we will review sources on Wikipedia. So remember the session is going to be divided into two. We'll be rolling the theoretical part, and then after the theoretical part we'll come back to the practical so that we will all see how everything is being done step or practically. Now this is what we'll be looking at in the citation, and then let's move to the next page. Now, why verify? So
Um,
behind every great Wikipedia article is a collection. Is anyone speaking? Alright, I take that again. So why verify? Behind every Wikipedia article is a collection of great sources. One of the first things you should do, even before you choose a topic to write about, is create a collection of good sources. So which is a collection of good sources? You need to look at how many sites talked about that particular topic. So you have to list them out. Know, okay, do you have up to the required number of citations that is needed for this article to stand? So you need to, after choosing a topic, you need to take the collection of good sources. That is the places where you got those information from. So you need to take note, jot them down while before you begin. So you shouldn't trust everything you read on the internet. And Wikipedia is no different. You can see where fact comes from at the end of the article. That helps anyone verify fact to make sure that they are true. To make sure that they are true. Now, when you add content on Wikipedia, you will want to be sure that people can check out your sources of information too. So make sure you only share facts from reliable sources. Reliable sources include textbooks, literature reviews, books or publications written by experts in the field, and published by reliable publishers. So these are some of the reliable sources that you can find good information. You can find them on textbooks, literature reviews, books or publications written by experts in the field, and published by reliable publishers. How reliable are those sources? You need to be very sure about those. So in some cases, such as articles that involve medical editing, newspapers, and pop press articles are not appropriate either. If that applies to you, be sure to check out our module on editing for medical information. So should in case you want to write anything about medical, there are also additional or some exception when it comes to medical articles. So it is important for you to check those information and to to familiarize yourself with them before you can delve into it. Now, moving on, let's go to the next page and see. So from here now, they are asking us how to add a citation with Wikiquotes. How to add citation with Wikiquotes. Now, so you have a solid paragraph drawn from a reliable sources. How do you let other editors know where to look to verify your information? First, if it is a new article, let's look at how to add a references or yes, let's look at how to add a references section to the articles using Wikiquote. So Wikiquote now is more or less like during editing. For those of us who have started editing, we have two interface. We have the mobile phone view, and then we have the the desktop view. So also when it comes to the editing, we have the source editing and we also have the visual editing. So most of those who are using the source editing, you look at everything there, it works. It is called the wiki code. So the forms of editing there is called wiki code. So it is also important for us to familiarize ourselves with the wiki code as well as the source or visual editing. Because I know for those of us who have been contributing so far, you might find the visual editing more appealing, but then there is no way you can do without the source editing. So which is why it is important to engage yourself also in the source editing. Now, then follow this instruction. Check that the bottom of the page has a notes or references section. If notes, type this two equal to notes, then another equal to. So this one now is to create a section like the references. Now check during the practical, we are going to show you how all these things are being applied. It is very easy. All you need to do is to pay attention. Now, number two here says check that the notes section either has the text, this one, that is this curly bracket, ref list, or reference forward slash close. Now, if not, type ref list. Look at how the format are. This format like this. But then during the practical, just take note of all these things you are seeing in bold. During the practical, you are going to see how they are being applied. So this determines where your references will appear on the page. Now, click after the text you will like to create a reference for. Now type in the ref. Tag before your reference and type the, and then this is the close. So when you are writing the reference using Wikicode, this here is the opening. Before you start writing it, this is the opening. Then at the end of what you are writing, this will be the closing. So during the practical, just take note of all these things I'm showing us. It is going to apply just shortly during the practical. So after your reference, Wiki software will automatically add your lines, your inline reference number. After after your reference, Wiki software will automatically add your inline reference number. For those of us who are smart enough that have some maybe writing material, you might like to jot this, but not to worry. After this, remember you have your assignment, so you can also revisit this one and see it for yourself. Now, moving to the next page. Now, the next page here is going to be like a video, a kind of, but my network is a little bit not so stable, so I don't know what's happening. So you can also use the site gadget to insert the ref tag and citation details. So click Site in the toolbar, at the top of the edit window, position the cursor where you want to add a citation. Now click the template pull down, then select awesome. Now the video is open, but I also understand that we don't usually hear the audio. So maybe during your assignment, please take out time to listen to the video so that you have more understanding of how this thing works. Now click the template, then selection, the type of source, general web page, news article, books, journal article. Now fill out the details of the sources. Click inside. Now all these things are being done practically here. So by the time you come during your assignment, listening to watching the video clip, it will give you more understanding of what all these things are talking about. So you if you enter your ref name, you can reduce the same citation elsewhere in the article without needing to re-enter the details. So click name references to reuse a citation that include a ref name. You understand better during practical. Now let's go. So from here now they say how to add a citation with visual editing. So just as I said earlier, when you come to the editor, we have what we call the source editor, and then we have the visual editor. So now we have seen how to add citation using the visual editor, the source editor. Now we are stepping into where we can add citation using the visual editor. Now let's try adding citation through visual editor. You may want to open up a sandbox page to follow along. Now, remember, maybe I don't know for those of us who might be using, well, as far as this session is concerned, all you need to do is just to pay keen attention to what how the practicals are being done. So don't not to distract yourself because I remember you have gadget, maybe two devices. You might want to open one to be following what the practicals, while you use one to actually do the practicals yourself. But if you don't have the two, please just pay attention to the session itself, how the practicals are being done. I think that will do us more good than having a distraction. So with this now, so within the visual click editor toolbar, you will find the site button. You can apply paste a URL, and the visual editor will try to sort out all the field you need. Be sure to review it, however, and apply missing field manually if you know them. You can also add books, journals, news, and website manually. That opens up a quick guide for inputting your citation. So if the page already contains a citation, you want to use them, you want to use again, you can. So to reuse an existing reference, please, okay, place your cursor in the body of the text where you want to add the new reference for that citation. Then open the site, then find the reuse item. Yes, to edit an existing reference, use the edit button to open Visual Editor. Click on the bracketed number for the source. You can also edit. You want to edit, you will see an icon for the type of reference, maybe example books, web, news, etc., and an edit button to the right. So click on the edit button, will open. Click on the edit button will open a dialog where you can do exactly that. Remember to leave a description on your edit in the edit summary, such as added reference, and then click save. Now, with all this step here, as you come to the main practical, now you are going to see how these steps are being applied practically. Now, let's move to the next page. Okay, so this one now is the video editor showing us how to actually add the citation. So I believe this session now is quite explained, and everything that we need to know is as simple as ABC. All we need to do is to pay attention. So let's try to see if we can attend to this. So for what we have just discussed, we have come to the end of the of the theoretical part. So let's delve now back into the practical. But before the practical, I don't know if anybody have a question. Before the practical, is anyone have a question? Does anyone have a question based on what we have learned so far? Before I hand it
Oh,
over the mic to come by.
Yes, I have a question.
oh,
Okay,
I have a question.
okay, I'm listening, Mr. Zaks.
Okay. In the citation, we have some trusted source like a book, text, and a book, textbooks, and uh, the
Yeah.
journals.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Are those these are the only source that you can use? Is there no any other trusted one? Only.
Yeah, this one is just like an example of possible
Okay.
sources you can use. So you have the news, you can get them those ones online. We also have the books. The books can be something tangible that you
Yeah.
can actually see and cite from. As far as they
Yeah.
have the ISBN number, so you can use a book to cite to make a citation. So those are just an example of reliable sources.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Any
Thank
other
you.
question, please? Okay. So in the absence of any question, I would like to hand over the microphone to Kambai to take us through the practicals. Kambai, over to you, sir.
So thank you very much. Thank you for the lesson here. And um, For those of us who have been here, which I think everyone has been here from the very beginning, um, I would want to go back to the page again that shows us what we have done thus far. So I'll just share my screen before this is 7:30, and I'll be quite fast. And today we are going to create an article. So you have it in your back of your mind that to create an article it takes some time to create, but then we are just going to be shown the basics. Um, so this is my screen already shared. This is our timeline.
The screen is not showing.
It's not sharing.
Showing now.
You
It's
can't.
showing now.
Oh,
No, it's
okay, showing now.
sharing.
Yeah, it's showing
Uh,
now.
okay.
Okay.
So you can see the dashboard now. Can you be able to see the dashboard now? I
Yes,
believe.
yes.
Okay. So when you click on that link that I just placed in the chat now, you can scroll down to today's date. Today is 13th. You see the class is here, and this is the assignment you have for today. So you have an assignment to create an article in your sandbox today, but you are going to see an example of how to create that very article. So for those of us who have not created or who have not even read anything, you have not read the Wikipedia essentials, you have not read editing basics, you have not read evaluating articles and sources, and then you have not even read the sandboxes and main space, talk less of creating your own sandbox. I don't know how you are going to do it. So, Danjuma, Wakaf, you have been with us for all this while, but you don't seem to have gone through any of these lessons. Same thing with, let me go to the editors. You are going to see,
No, you might want to check because some
yes,
of them have actually done it.
okay, so let me just check. Let me just check. You have T2M. T2M has really not done nothing from the very beginning, and Orokundi has finished all his lessons. And in this very case, he's good to go. The same thing with Abu Kampita. Abu Kampita has done nothing yet, and JJ Nzama has done nothing yet. But Danjuma, oh, I was about to crucify you, but uh,
That
you're
was
out
why I
of the
said just
case.
have to look at it.
Yeah, so as of yesterday, Danjuma was having 0/6, and the zero has I and yes, but today he has gotten 6/6, and Deacon Efiok has done nothing yet. Doc has done 5/6. Remaining one more lesson to go. And Lamba has done nothing yet. Elfsen has done nothing yet. Sat has done nothing yet. Elmax has done nothing yet. Sankwai has done nothing yet. So I think it's Sankwai I'm supposed to actually hammer on, because Subakat has been able to do his own yesterday, and next level has two more to go. So for those of us who have not done this yet, it's going to be quite impossible for you to create your own article because you don't even have a sandbox. So how do you do it? So this is actually encouraging because as of yesterday, we didn't have up to this very number. So at least three people have been able to go through these lessons. And so we'll just go back and then see how we create a new article. So I think heavy rain is falling right now. I don't know if you can hear me very clearly. Can you hear me very clearly?
Your voice
Yes,
is inside.
you can hear.
Okay.
Yeah, rain is
So
falling so heavily here.
so is it better now? Is it better now?
Just be talking. Anything we hear, we can see from the screen.
Yeah,
Okay, because I will have to tie the mic to my
keep
mouth so
talking and
that
then
you
you
can
can
be able
hear
to
it.
hear me very well. Yeah, so this is the 13th day of August 2025, Wednesday, and today's lesson is about sources and citation. So we shall be creating a Wikipedia article in the English Wikipedia in the sandbox. In the sandbox means in my own sandbox, and for you, it's going to be for your in your own sandbox. That's in the assignment section. So if you see it very well here, in case you can't see the screen, I have enlarged the screen. So when you click on this very place, you are going to see the list of articles in need of creation or updating. In other words, this is where we are having our list, our table. This is where it is located. So when you click here, this is going to link you to the article section. You can see articles. The timeline is actually here. The timeline just directed us to the article section. So over here, we are going to have more of this one. We are going to have much more of them by the time you come tomorrow. We come to know best. Maybe as soon as we are done with this work, we'll add more of it. And those ones that you see them in blue color, they have already been created. But those who have not been created are in red color. You can see Nigeria, you can see Mashan, Nigeria, you can see Mautini, you can see Mayaye, you can see Novashri, you can see Sagwada, you can see Lupa. So we have much more number of articles that we would use in this very table. So we can put up our suggestion. If you have a suggestion, check Wikipedia. Check very well in the English Wikipedia. If you can't see a particular place and you want it to be created, please suggest it in the chat, in our WhatsApp chat, and it will be added to this very table. So we are going to focus mainly in creation of our towns and villages because those ones are easier to create for new editors. And those ones, you need a minimum of 4 citations per article. So you can make it 5, you can make it 6, but minimum of about 4 or thereabout for you to be able to have this article published in the main space. So when we click on Pathway, for example, when you click on Pathway, you are going to see it link us to the English Wikipedia. Pathway, you see also Pathway Kanai, Pathway Kora is a village in Kanai district of Zangokata local government area in southern Kaduna State in the Middle Belt region of Nigeria. The postal code of the area is this. And then you see 3 citations linking both, regarding both the postal area. It is talking about the postal area, the postal code rather, and also the entire thing here. This very citation that is here is talking about the names that are in the bracket. In other words, this citation is backing the claim that such a name exists here, such a name exists, and such a name exists. And then these citations you are seeing at the end here, 3, 4, 5, they are backing, if not this one, then everything that is in this very sentence. So if you put up a statement and you have a citation that you have to add, just hold on, put the citation, and then you move on to the next point that you want to talk about. So outside of this very first paragraph, you are going to see settlements. Settlements mean the hamlets within this very area. So there's a citation already talking about the settlements, and this citation is in this very reference you are seeing here. And then there's a book that speaks about this very settlement, and that book listed this settlement as part of Buffalo. And then you have C also. C also only points the reader to where they can read more about that very article. So if you go to Tyap Chiefdom, you are going to read more about Buffalo. And if you go to list of villages in Kaduna State, you are going to see more about Buffalo. And then of course the references talks about, it shows us everything that has been cited at the very top here. And then you can also see an info box containing the map of Nigeria and then the location where buffer is existing, located, the coordinates, and then the other information, and then you can see a picture here. So you don't have to have everything here, like you don't have to have the picture if it is not existing. And then the coordinates is usually present because we have a lot of websites that have this coordinates present. And one of those websites is it was not cited here, but it's mindat.com. So if you are using a computer, it will be easier for you because Mindat is not accessible on the mobile phone. Mindat.org rather. So mindat.org helps you with coordinates and more details. I hope I'm not doing an advert for mindat.org for free. But then this website actually gives you much information. For example, you are searching for Balfour, for example, you search for it, it's going to give you if the spelling is not there, then you can check another spelling because perhaps that very spelling was not captured. So I can see a spelling Bafai here, which is actually not it. It's actually not Bafai but Bafoi. So this is actually where we are talking about in that very term, and it gives you the latitude, it gives you the longitude, and it gives you other information like the climate type of that very location and other information. This is the district where it is located. This is the local government area. This is the state in Nigeria. This is the country. So it also gives you the type of settlement that place is. It's a populated places and that a village, a town, or a city, or a conglomerate of buildings where people live or work. So this only does not only cover about Nigeria. It doesn't cover about towns or villages or hamlets or places in Nigeria, but all over the world. So you can find a number of these websites that actually support your own article, and then you can cite each and every one of them like that. So let's pick an article that would work with practically, and then you are going to see how an article is created in the English Wikipedia, and then you go about creating your own article. So let's go back to where we started. Um, so we started from here. So can someone suggest from the list which article we should create from this very list?
Just start managing.
Okay, so let's look at Manye Aiguille. Um, all we need to do is, if you are not sure of the spelling, you can copy it. You can copy the spelling here. I don't want to create it directly from here. I want to go to my sandbox first of all, and then make the creation happen. So I'm going to go to a neutral point, a neutral page on Wikipedia. Let's say you are going to Google, and then you browsed, let's say at Tyap, for example. You search it just to link you. You can search Kaduna, you can search Abuja, you can search any place just to link you to the English Wikipedia. And then from there, I'll go to my username here because I've already logged in. That's why you are seeing it like this. But if I've not logged in, it's not going to show my username. So I'm going to change it to the view that will show as it is showing on your mobile phone. So if you have not logged in, you are not going to see this humanoid figure. This humanoid figure. But if you have not logged in, you can go to these three horizontal dashes, this one here, click on it, and then you are going to see login here. Then click on the login and login. And when you are done with that, let's go to my sandbox. If you are logged into your own username, you are going to have your own sandbox to click. And if you have created your sandbox yesterday, by the time you click on sandbox, everything that's showing on my own sandbox is going to show exactly in your own, just that the username is going to be your own name. So remember, I copied the spelling Manuel earlier on. If I was writing in Tiap, we are going to have an underscore under the A, and we are going to have an underscore under this very A also. But this is not the Tyap Wikipedia. This is English Wikipedia. So the same spelling, but then there will be no underscore here. There will not be underscore here. That's to show that we are not using the Tyap orthography in this writing, but the English orthography. So when you are done with this, just click on create new article, and then it is going to bring you to a blank page. So if you are unsure of how to start, like usually what I do is that I will go to a similar page. If I'm creating a biography on a human being, for example, I'll go to any biography I've created before now, and then I'll copy everything, I'll bring it to my sandbox. But if I'm creating on a village or a town, what I do is that I'll go to any village or a town I've created before, or maybe what someone has created and I see that it's looking good, then I'll copy the whole thing and then I'll come to my sandbox and then I'll paste it and begin to edit everything. That's the way I do it to make it very fast for me. So you can also do that if that actually makes sense to you. But for me, that's just the one that makes more sense to me. It makes it very fast, and I don't have to begin to hit my head up and down to see what to create or how do I put it. So I'll go to this very article or Shomoshi, which is labeled Jankasabet, would have to move this name later on to its actual name because this name has been changed. This is a foreign name, and um, the actual name of the place is what should be used right now officially. So we are going to move it, but we need to cite where this is actually cited, where it is written first before we make this movement. So let's go to the edit source. I'll switch again to my mobile view so that you are going to see how it's going to look in your own phone, your mobile phone. So you just go to the edit here of whatever article you want to mimic. So click on the edit and then you highlight everything, and then sorry, you hi- you highlight everything, uh-oh, and then you copy it. I've copied it already. So what I'll do is I'll go back to my window that I've opened before now. If you are using a mobile phone, you go to the top of your screen. You are going to see a square at the very top. It's going to have numbers there. It can be three, it can be four, according to the number of windows you have, and then you click on it. Then it is going to minimize, and then you are going to go around your screen. Just like I'm having it here. You are going to have them in boxes, in boxes, in boxes, in twos, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. You know. So this is the page I have copied and I pasted it on my UI. I want to create this very article, but I want to create it using a template of this Jakarta. Okay, so the article labeled or named Jakarta is actually using Nigerian English. So the date that the article was labeled Nigerian English was January 2023, but today's date or this month is actually August. This is August 2025. So this template is going to show that my article is written in Nigerian English. So you can leave this one, yes, and then this spelling Manyejui, you replace Jakasa with Manyejui. This is the official name, right? Okay. The native name, what is it named in Tiap? Because it's actually a Tiap village. How is it called in Tiap? It is called Manyejui, but the spelling is having underscores beneath it. So we can, if you are using the African keyboard or you are using an IPA keyboard, you can actually put the underscore in your own. But my own keyboard here is not IPA, but I can just go to a Tyap Wikipedia page or dictionary page where the underscore is located, and then I'll come back and then put the underscore. So this is exactly the way it is spelled in Tyap. And then the settlement is a village. It is a village. So you live it. If it's a town, you put a town. If it's a city, you put a city there. So if you have an image of that very area, you can go to Commons and copy the image and paste it here, and then you put the caption here. That's for sorry, under Skyline. You put the image here. Let me go to Commons and check if there's anything like Manyevi on Commons. So this is the Commons environment. Once I'm in the Commons environment, I can just check in the sandbox if I can see anything like Manyevi. Then I search it. There's nothing like that. Let me change. Let me cancel one I and see if the spelling is going to give me anything good. So I think there are two images, but let's see one of the image which one we can use. So this is labeled Bakin Kogi, which is actually the Hausa name for that very Manyi Ejui. So this is the same place that we need. So we can just copy this very image title. We can copy the image title. This is what to copy, the one that carries the .jpg extension. Let's go back to where we are creating the article. Just go to image skyline and paste the image title. You don't have to put file at the very front here. You don't need this one here. Just the name and then .jpg. If it is png, it should be png there, just according to the way it is in the image. Then you can just put the caption now. This is Kaduna Bridge, Kaduna River Bridge, Kaduna River Bridge at Manyi AG. So if Manyi as a village has a flag now, you can still go back to Commons and check for flag of Manyi. You can just check for flag of Manyi. If you see it, you copy the same thing and then come back to the article you are creating, and then you paste the level of the flag here, and then you can put a size here and so on and so forth. But we're not going to disturb ourselves with all those details. So we check all these details. Is it which this is a country now? The country is Nigeria, and in which state is it? Is in Kaduna State. In what local government area? In Jango Kata local government. In what district? Mayayu is actually located in zone district. But we need to actually back up all these claims with citations, because you don't want to put anything that is wrong. So let's go back to our website, our Google, and check for Manyi. Let's use one I, Manyi Agui. So let's check if there are, okay, so what we're even having on Wikipedia is double I, but then some sites they use one I, like this Facebook page. This one is using two I's. So you can check for all the spellings possible, all these possible spellings, and see if you can get more information about that place. So in the news, there's nothing in the news. In the map, in the map, it's actually not showing us where it is. What we may not need the map for now, but let's go to, let's say, books. Let's check more, and then we'll go to books and see. There's nothing about Mayegi on books. So let's double the I and see what sources we are going to have. So list of villages, well, and then this work on Wikipedia, which will not qualify as citation places. And then let's see if we can see any other thing. Look at Kaduna map, country Z. We can see this is a website. It has that very name, Manyi Ejui. So this is a potential one, a potential citation, or a potential reference point. But then it is not opening on my system. I don't know if it is going to open on your own system or your own device. But you can check further to um, the second page of Google. If it is not there, you can think about possible names that that very town has. Like we can search for the Hausa name Kogi, Baki Kogi, but you can put Atia because I think there are a lot of Baki Kogis. So you can check for Baki Kogi Atia to take you to the direct place that you need. So you can see there are a lot of citations on that very place, but under the Hausa name of that very town. So you can check for this very article and see what name was used and if you can use it for citation. So you can read through and see if you can actually see that very town because we have put Atiap there, so it is bringing this result, but not necessarily that this Bagikogi or Manyayu is cited in this very article. So you have to be sure that the Manyayu is cited here or the Bagikogi is cited here. So that's the problem of using some of these websites of newspapers because they usually carry so much adverts, but then you have to be patient with them. You don't have a choice because you actually need the citations. So I can't see anything like Bakikogi here, or maybe I didn't read it very well. So if you are writing an article, actually you have to be very patient. You have to be someone who is hungry for research, because someone who is not really hungry for knowledge is really not fit to be a Wikipedia. It's a fact. Wikipedia is meant for people who are hungry for knowledge, and you have to be patient. You don't have a choice with it. So I can see Bakinkogi here. It is cited here. So we can keep this page like the way I do my own. I will just leave out my page and then minimize and then open another page. Bakin Kogi. I tap again. And then apart from this very site, this very first one, I'll go again to this very second one. There's a plan to eliminate us, yes. So this one could also be because it is actually having the same, almost more or less the same use. If you look at the date, seventh, this is eight, and then what from what I read in that very page, I can see these two names. So it's probably talking about the same thing. So that one is a possible place to use also. And then this one here, this is already a wiki environment. You don't need to set that. This is some newspaper you can cite here, but Naira Land, well, I'm not sure you can cite Naira Land because this is not a this is actually talking about the same thing that the newspaper reported. So this one is on another date entirely. This on another date. This is talking about the same, but another date, 2021. So there are a lot of citations, but under the name Bagikogi. But you have to be careful about the name you are using, not because you have a lot of citations in that name, then use that name. The question you have to ask is what is the official name or what is the political implication of this very name? What name do you use or what name do is actually um, what name is actually like more glorified? What name is actually more official kind of? On Wikipedia, we actually use what is more official than what is actually, I don't know how to explain it, but for the sake of our own program, this very program, we are going to list out those names of these very settlements on that very page. So all you need to do is to just pick the name you want to, or the very article you want to create, and then create with it. And then you also check for alternative names to get more sources to back up that very article you are creating, and then you create your own article. So let's go back to our own page, or let's check Mindat, for example. Let's check Mindat before we start. So let's check for Mani Agui. So Manyeju, I can see a lot of Manyis here, but these Manyis they are in China. One is in Riyadh, one is in Kenya, but there's no one in Nigeria in Kaduna State. So let's change the name to Bakin Kogi, which probably is the name that is used here. So when we go down here, we'll see the one that matches more with our description, which one would create. So we check. This is Bakin Kogi Kazare Zonzon Zango Kataf, Kaduna State, Nigeria. But let's check if there's another one, another one in Kaduna State. There's Baki Baban Kogi. Well, that's not the one that we need. We don't need a river or Ankwa, no. It has to match with the description. So I can see it is 8 o'clock already. But if we are really hungry for the knowledge of knowing how to create an article, please be patient with me so we can create this article, because the main purpose of this very program is that you as a Wikipedian should be able to comfortably create an article in the English Wikipedia without being flagged comfortably. So we have actually
Okay.
entered into the main
And you
purpose.
can, yeah, if you can hear me, please, can you
Uh,
stop sharing and reshare your screen? Some people are not seeing your screen, probably due to a glitch. Stop sharing and reshare your screen again.
okay, so I can see from YouTube. The screen is sharing. So you probably have to go out and come back if you are not seeing my screen. Please exit the call and come back, because the screen is showing actually. Please, if you're having problem with seeing my screen, please leave the call and then come back again. You are going to see the screen. Thank
Screen
you.
is showing.
So let's look at zone. Let's make use of, or is everybody having the same challenge?
No, yes.
Okay, so let's continue. So if you are not seeing your screen, please leave the call and then come back again. You are going to see the screen. So probably this is the Bakin Kogi that is being talked about, the one in Zone in Zango Kata. So let's click on this very Bakin Kogi Kazare. So this will actually help us to have a citation to back up the claim that Bakin Kogi is located in Zone region or in Zone district of Zango Kata. So let's just keep this citation. Let's keep this page alive, and then so that's the way you have to create or open pages, open, minimize and create another one, so that you have all your citations ready to feed into your own article. If you are using a phone, you can minimize from the top at that very square towards the right hand side. You see some numbers there, but if the numbers exceed 100, they may not be showing. But you see a square there. Click on that square. You are going to see your screen will minimize into two. So you just be creating search for different citations that you're going to use for your own article. I don't know if anybody is confused about this point I just said. Do you all understand what I just described?
No, sir.
Okay. So unfortunately, I'm not using a phone. But then maybe I'll just minimize and then go back to my own mobile phone and then try to do what I am trying to describe using my mobile phone. So let me share. Let me see if I can be able to share with my. I have to join the call, but it's going to create a problem for the live stream. So I don't know. Okay, if you are able to come in person, we'll explain it better. Is that okay?
Very okay, sir.
I don't know. Is it okay
Yes, please
if
fire
you are
away.
able to come in person from? Okay, so let's just continue. So I'll reshare the screen again, and then we go back to our article being created. So this one is going to be supported with citation, but in the main space. So let's just go back, just continue to check. So the population of Zonzon, we may not be able to get the population now. So let's just keep this one, and then it is located in West Africa, and this is the time zone. And then this is the coordinate present for Jankasa, but not on Manyayui. So this citation, this coordinate you are seeing is not going to take us to Manyayui, it's going to take us to Jankasa or Oshongashui. So we have to search for the right coordinate for Manyayui. But remember, in the internet, we're having more of Bakinkogi than Manyayui. So we have to check for the coordinates of Bakinkogi at Tiap. So let's go back to Wikipedia, I mean to Google again and check. Just browse coordinates of Bakinkogi at Tiap. So if you can see my screen, coordinates of Baking Kogi. So you can see the way I wrote the coordinates, and then you are going to see look at it. The coordinates are already present in mindat.org. So we can even use mindat.org for our citation. But if you are using your mobile phone, you have to exit your Google's default desktop, I mean mobile setting or mobile view to desktop view. You have to go to the top right hand side, and then you click on those three dots. I've forgotten how it looks on Google on your mobile phone, but then you have to change to your desktop view to be able to view minda.com. Otherwise, if I'm not mistaken, you may not be able to view minda.com on your mobile phone. You have to use the computer. So let's look at minda.com. Remember, I've opened it before now, and the coordinates are already present there. So this is the latitude. The latitude is reading 9 degrees north, 9 degrees, 54 degrees, 54 minutes, and then 33 seconds. So we copy the latitude and then come back to the article being created. You can just put it at the very top here and then go back again to copy the longitude, 8 degrees, 25 minutes, and 10 seconds. So we come back again to the article we are creating, and then we paste it there. Then from here now, all you need to do, this is 9 degrees already. Then we have to change it to 54 minutes. If you choose, if you like, you can put a pipe and then add the seconds there to make it very exact. And then this is 8 minutes for the longitude, 8 minutes, 25, 8 degrees, 25 minutes, and then 10 seconds. Um, and this is east. So this is north, and this is east. So we can now delete this one that we just pasted here. And then the title, we are now beginning to cite, but this one that I'm doing now, I'm using source editing. I don't know, are we comfortable with the source editing, or uh, should we go to
Mm,
the other editing type?
no, I think everything is part of the learning, so everybody have to learn it.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So let's learn the source editing for now. Later on, you are going to learn the other editing that is more simpler. So let's start with the harder one. So the article that or the site I'm using is a website. Minda.org is a website. So I'm citing a website presently. So all I need to do is to go to the URL and copy the URL, which is minda.org/feature dash 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 dash. So I'll copy that and then I'll come back to my article. So this is the beginning of citation. If you are citing an article, it starts with less than, and then you have ref, and then you have greater than, and then you have two curly brackets, and then you have site. If it is a website, you put web. If it's a book, you put site book, site book. If you are using, or if you are using a journal, you put site journal. And if you are using a newspaper, you put site newspaper. And if you are using a I don't know what which one again, then you put it. But we are using a website, so we put web there, and then we have a pipe there, and then the next thing we are supposed to have, you can have a URL. Ideally, you are supposed to have URL, but this setting is saying title first. So let's go to URL and replace. So thank you. So can we still see my screen now?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so we are going to delete the URL that was there before now. We delete the URL. That's the web address now. And then put the new one, that is minda.org site now. But what I was saying earlier was that Maplandia, before Wikipedia used to support Maplandia, I don't know whether they still support Maplandia, because there are certain sites that are blocked from being cited on Wikipedia. So we'll just use minda.org. So the website is minda.org. This is the name of the website. And then the access date, we can have access date with a dash in between the access and date. We can have it together like this, so it will still work. Anyone, one of them will still work. And then the writing of the date. This is how dates are written on Wikipedia. You can either use the month. Today's month is August, and then today is 13th, and then this is 2025. So you can either write it like this on Wikipedia. If you delete this comma, it's not going to work. It's going to give you an error. And if you write your date like this, 13th of August, please don't put a comma here. If you put a comma after the date, it's going to give you an error. So the only time that you need to write or you put a comma is when you put the day after the month. After the month, then you put a comma like this. So I don't know if you understand what I just described. So this is the ideal way of writing a date, both on Wikipedia and in English language. So I can see a lot of us make that mistake when we write a date like this. We put 13, and instead of us leaving it this way, we just put a comma here, which is very wrong. So I hope we can also employ this very knowledge in our writing afterwards. So you can choose to write the date like this: 13 August 2025, no comma. You can see it very clearly. I made my screen bold. 13 August 2025. This is system one of writing dates. Then style two is 13, comma 2025. This is style two. Then style three is when you write 13 and then slash, the month is 08, and then the date is 2025. This style three. You can choose not to use a forward slash. You can choose to use two dots, two hyphens. I mean a hyphen. This is still okay. But personally, I like to use August, August 13, comma 2025, or 13 August 2025. So this is the access date done, website done, URL done, remaining the title. So I'll go back to minda.org again. This is the title: Bakin, Kogi, Kazare, Zonzon, Zango Kata, Nigeria, Kaduna State, Nigeria. So I'll come back to the article I'm writing again, and then I'll go to the title. The title, I will replace this, and then I'll paste it with Bakin, Kogi, Kazare, Zango Kata, Zango Kata, Nigeria. So practically everything is done for this very coordinate, for this very citation. But then I have seen some things that I'm going to use in this very citation that, like Zonzon, for example, I want to use this same citation without writing it again. I want to use the citation in another place. So I'll come back. There's something I will do to this very citation here. Remember earlier on, I put Zonzon here, and then I didn't put a citation here. And then here in the main article, When I edit this one, I'm going to put that Bakiko or Manyegui is located in Zonzon district, but I would like to cite it here or cite it here, anywhere, Zonzon here or here. So you can see two curly brackets here and two curly brackets here. This is the info box. This is the opening of our info box settlement. And then this is the closing of the info box. So for those of us who have done edit atom before, you see that we would ask you to scroll down from top. Why you don't editing from the top? Because that one is the info box and this is the end of the info box. Sometimes they will even join it together like this and make it difficult for you to understand it early until you sharpen your eyes very well and then you see this very curly bracket ending. Sometimes you even find some extra curly bracket like this one here. You can see another one here. But you have to locate where the end of the curly bracket, and then immediately after the curly bracket, you are going to see something starting with three dots. Once you see these two combo, this duo occurring, that means that's the beginning of your article. Just take note of this one. Once you see this one and you see this one, it means the article has started. So this is the beginning. So earlier on, I said I want to use this citation for in more than one place, in more than one place. So I'm going to do something to this very place here. So you can see ref, but I'll put ref name. I'll put name to it, and then I'll put equal to, and then I'll put two apostrophe. Then I'll put something that I would always use to remember that this is from Mindat. So I'll just put Mindat. So whenever I need to use this very citation, I'll only need to copy only this place. I don't need to copy the citation again. No. I'll only copy this place like this, only this place. That's what I need to copy. But after I copy it, let's assume that I want to use this citation here, and then I'll paste it here. But I'll not leave it like this. So I'll need to come after the greater than. This is the greater than. I'll come and then I'll put a slash. That's all. That's just all. So if I try to go to the view preview, you will see it. You are going to see it. So this is the preview. This is the preview here. This is what I just put here. But then we cannot be able to see the okay. Look at the citation here. You can see A, you can see A, you can see B. So this A represents that place that I cited it first, which is this which is this place here. And then this B here represents the coordinate itself, where I set the coordinates. This is the B. This is the B. This is A. This is B. So sometimes if you are reading Wikipedia articles, you are going to see like the same number in different places. Sometimes you see one here, you see two here, then you see three, then you see one here again, then you see five. Then you come here, you can see one here, then you go down, you see six, you see seven, then you see one again. So if you see one, just go to the citation. You are going to see A, B, C, D, E, F, according to the number of times that that very one or that two, that three appears. So that's how it shows on Wikipedia. I don't know. Are we understanding? Are we understanding it?
Yes, we are following.
Yes, we are.
Okay, I was chatting too much.
No.
Okay. So other names you can I skipped somewhere. Yes, thank you. So you have other names here. So you can put backing Kogi, and then you can put comma backing Kogi Kazare, and so on and so forth. If it has 20 names, well, I'm not sure if you should put everything, but you can put the alternative or alternate names. Then the native name is the one that carries the underscore, and then the official name, of course, this is Manyejui, and it's a village. So you can if it has a nickname, like some towns like Jos now, the nickname is J Town, and Kaduna here they call it is it what's the nickname of Kaduna now? KD. So you put KD,
No.
that's for nickname of Kaduna.
Croc City.
So
Croc City.
Croc City. So so Kaduna is Croc City, the nickname, and KD is also a kind of nickname also. So you can put the but Manyeju, I don't know if it is if it is Manyi or something. I don't know. But if it has a nickname, you can put a nickname there. So we have done this, we have done that. Um, so so everything here is absolutely okay. And then the postal code of Manyeju. This is not the postal code of menu. I'm not sure if this is the postal code of menu. So let's check minda.org again if it has the postal code of menu. Minda doesn't have it, but let's check Wikipedia. Let's check Google again to see postal code of menu. Or let's wait. The article we copied earlier on has postal code citations. So probably we'd use one of these websites and then make it easy for us. So let's do it small. Let's move the postal code first. So the Mindat website says that it is located in AW tropical savanna. That's the Köppen. The Köppen climate type is this very one. Köppen climate type is this very one. So we can go back to our own article again. It's already there. It's already there. So if we paste it, it's still there. So the website, Manyeri doesn't have a website. I'm not sure. Footnotes, there's no footnotes. So we are done with this very top part of it. So if you don't mind, let's publish the top part first. Let's delete this one and then publish that very top part and see how it will look in the article. So we can just say creating a new article, full stop, and then let's publish and see how it will look. So yes, so we can only see a citation and then we can see the info box, and then we can see a picture of Manyeju here, and then we can see map of Nigeria, and the map of Nigeria is showing the exact location where Manyeju is located, and then this is the coordinate of Manyeju, and this is the district where Manyeju is located. But Zonzon actually has an article on Wikipedia, so we can make Zonzon clickable, just like Zangokata is clickable. So if you are in doubt, you can check Zonzon, and then you are going to see Zonzon district and village in Kaduna State. So that means it is that very Zonzon that is being talked about. So this is how um, to make it clickable. Put two square bracket before and after. That makes it clickable. Two before and after. Two square bracket, not this bracket, too, not this one, not this one. If you put this one, it's not going to work. And then if you put this one, it's not going to work because this very curly bracket is mainly used for templates and modules. But for highlighting of articles, you use square bracket, square bracket. So let's publish and see how it looks. So let's go down. You see Manyeju is clickable now. You see, if I click on Manyeju, it's going to take me here. So I can now go back again, or if I want to, this is actually how to edit. So if you are editing now, you may see some articles that don't have they have articles, but then they are mentioned in a place and then they are not clickable. So Manyeju now, by the time I finish creating this article, it's going to be clickable. So I'll have to locate where Manyeju is mentioned, and then I make sure that it is clickable on that very page. So um I don't know, have you understood up to this very point? I've taken 24 minutes already of our time, but this is what it if actually you endure. So are we following?
We are trying.
Oh, okay, you are trying to follow. So you can watch this video again on YouTube. You watch it slowly, and then you pause it, and then you practicalize as you are creating your own article for your own assignment, because I'm not going to repeat this very step, and that's the reason why we are actually recording it. So I'll just paste what was copied, what was cut earlier on. Okay, so this is mainly about Ashongashu or Jankasa. So I'm going to rename everything and then make sure that the information is about Manye Ajui. And then in brackets, um, I'm going to link it to, in bracket, it is also called Bakin Kogi. But then it is Bakin Kogi in Hausa language. In Hausa language. So Hausa already has an article on Wikipedia. So usually it's supposed to appear the name, and that's the name of the language, and then the name of the way they call it. So I want to link this very article to the Hausa language page, so that if somebody clicks on Hausa, it's going to link you to Hausa language. So for somebody who needs more information about the Hausa language, they can click and then they can be able to read. So, but in Wikipedia, the Hausa language is actually labeled Hausa language. But I want my article, or I want this one to appear not as Hausa language, but I want it to appear just as Hausa. So that's why I'm putting this very pipe. So I'll put Hausa. So this is actually the way it is written in Wikipedia, but this is actually the way I want people to see it. If I repeat it again, this is the way it appears as an article in Wikipedia. But then this is the only thing I want people to see. I don't want them to see language. So I'm going to put a pipe here, and then I'll put Hausa. By the time I put this one will be clickable, but it's not it doesn't make sense. So I have to put what makes sense there. And if you are in doubt, let me highlight what I just did. You see, it is going to be clickable. You can see it's not showing Hausa language. Let me publish it, and then you are going to see it. Because this is my sandbox, that's why I can be able to publish without worrying that this thing is carrying another place's information, and not the actual information for this one. So nobody will worry me so much, because this is my sandbox. So they know that I'm still working on it. So by the time I click on it's going to link me to Hausa language. This is actually the title it carries in Wikipedia, English Wikipedia. Okay, so I think we can understand this. So this is the way I want people to see it, but then that is the way it is looking in Wikipedia. So I will change that back to Hausa, because I want people to see Hausa, not and then I can put comma again. This place is also known by, but then I would like to put it here first with one eye, Mani Ajui, with one eye, with one eye. So let me highlight it, and then you see what I just wrote. So you see Mani Ajui, and then Mani Ajui with one eye, and then Hausa call it Baking Kogi. But then how do Tiap call it? How do Tiap speaking people call it? So I don't have an underscore diacritic. Oh, okay. I'll be able to get it from, I've already done that. So I'll just go back to where I wrote it in the native name here, and then I'll copy it, and then I go down. If the village is a Jew-speaking village, then you can, instead of putting Hausa or Tia, then you just put Jew instead. But this is the way the Tia speaking people call it. When you agree, then I'll put a comma also. But then you wonder that I'm not putting language, and then I'm not putting a pipe and then putting Tiap here. That's because the article is only Tiap, not Tiap language. Let me show you what I mean. Just look at it very well. It is Tiap here. Let's publish and see. You can see Manyeji Tiap. Let's click on the Tiap. You can see the article is carrying Tiap, not Tiap. language. So that is exactly the way the article looks on Wikipedia. That's why I'm setting it without language there. So I don't know if you understand it very well. I just want the name of the language to show and the name of the language to show, So if it has other ones, you can put them there. So this is just editing as Wikipedia style. So Manyegwi is a village, the village community in Zonzon district, Zonzon district. But then the article carries Zonzon, not the Zonzon district of Zango Kataf. You can see the article mainly is Zango Kataf, not Zango Kataf local government area. That's why you are seeing a pipe here. And then what you are going to see, what people are going to see is Zango Kataf local government. Everything here is going to be clickable. But when you click it, it's going to link you back to this very article, Zango Kataf without local government area. And then you see southern Kaduna, and then you see a pipe. But when you publish it, it's going to only show you southern without a pipe. So this is what you want people to see, but this is actually what is obtainable. And so Kaduna State is just Kaduna State without a pipe because people can see only Kaduna State, and you want people just see Kaduna State as it is on Wikipedia. So in the Middle Belt region of Nigeria, full stop. So everything here, the information is correct as far as we are concerned. So now the rest remains now is citation. So Mindat, now we have to go back to Mindat. Remember, we have already cited Mindat here, so we don't have to cite Mindat again. So all we need to do is remember we have cited Mindat before now here. The shortcut. This is the shortcut of Mindat. We don't have to copy the entire article. Yeah. So this is the shortcut already. This is the full article, the full citation of Mindat. This is the full citation. But because we have put this affix here, we have affixed this one into this very ref to come together with ref. So that's why we don't need to write everything fully again. We just copy the thing that we have here and then we put a forward slash without putting any other thing here. So let's go back. So anywhere we are going to cite an information that is carried in Mindat, would put that shortcut. So let's separate these citations one, each on its own, each on its own, each on its own. There are about two citations or three. So we can break everything into pieces so that we can understand it very, very well. So please be patient. So I'm going to replace everything. I'm going to delete everything here because this one is already carrying mean that this is carrying mean that citation. So I'll put it here. This is a shortcut for mean that. And then the postal code for the village is this. And then we have a citation that backs up the postal code. So let's publish this one first. Let's publish this one first. Let's publish it first. So you see, I divided this into pieces. So let's see where if we can be able to find the postal code for menu from this very place. So let's click on this very citation. When you click on this one, it's going to link you to the actual place that you should actually click. So when you click there, this is the Nigerian Post Office website. So this very one, all you need to do is to check for the name you want, Manyi. You can use one eye for the Manyi and see if any result comes out. So if there's no result that comes out, you can use the backing Kogi to see if it appears. So I think there are lists of backing Kogis everywhere here, but then we are very, very specific about the one in Zagokata. So you can see that the district is different because different websites will be giving you different information. So you can check the one that is closest in meaning. It must not be exactly. Minda says Bakikogi is located in Zonzon district, but this website of Nigeria Postal Code says that Bakikogi is located in Gita, that's Mazaki now. So, but this one is the only one that carries Zango Kata. So this one is nearest to what we actually need, and this is the postal code. You can see it very well here. So this is the website. Just take note of this very well. So Bakin Kogi will copy the website, the postal code here. This one. I think we can see it very well. So we'll come back here to our page and click on our box again, and then go to this place. So the postal code for the village is, we'll replace this very postal code with what we copied there. And then the website, we need to change it. The web address, we need to change it. So we'll go back to this Nigeria postal code and then go to your URL and copy it. And then you come back and then replace what was there before now, .html, you replace it. And then the title, you can check if the title is the one that is still there. So search result, you can choose to copy search result by Kinkogi. So this is actually the website, Nigeria postal code. So we can actually change this one to website equals, and then we'll put the title search result by Kinkogi. And then the access date, which is today's date, is August 13, 2025. So we are done with this second one. So now we can be able to bring this very line to join the other first one to become one paragraph with it. Then later on we treat the next one like that until we are done with the whole thing. So you see, we have added another sentence. The postal code for the village is that. So by the time we click on this one, it's going to link us to the right place that this information on this place called Bakinkogi is located. So this is second citation. Remember, we are citing at least 4 citations. So we have added 2 now. So let's go back to our edit. Let's go back to our edit. So you have Nigeria Post Office. Nigeria Post Office also has this very address. So we can come back and click on this Nigeria Post Office and check if that's the same postal code that Nigeria Post Office has or not. But then this website is a website, it's an archive. It has been archived. It's not an active website. So you may access it differently. If it opens, you are going to see how I'll access it. You have to do it manually. So this is what I mean. You have to select the state first. In your phone, is going to show you the same thing. So don't worry. You have to select Kaduna and then you get the map. Click on get map. Click on get map and then the map will appear. You have to wait for it to, it is very heavy. So it will have to load. Both on computer and in phone is the same thing. No difference. So you can check on Zangon Kataf. So Zangon Kataf, the code is 802. Every local government have their code. But any other thing that happens, the other 3 numbers now belong to each area. So each area within the local government has their own code. So this is the best that this website can give us. So the website is basically the same thing, but then we just copy the website and then every other thing is the same thing. So we'll change very little here in this second one. So let's go back to the page and then go to the next citation. So we can see ref here, this Nigeria Post Office, Nigeria Post. So we'll just replace this very URL here with the new one we just copied. Okay, it's even different. So the access date, earlier on I said you can put a dash here, you can leave it like this. So I look at the way this date is also written, but I can choose to write it my own way, August 13, 2025. And this is actually an archive, it's a dead site. So it doesn't matter whatever it is. This one you leave it like this because this one is talking about which date it was archived. So this one is not our own concern. Just leave it that way. This is the major thing that you need to change. So we have 2 citations supporting this postal code now, and then any other thing at the very top, which is backing Kogi now. So we have 2 now. So the third line and the second to the last one says that the area has an altitude of about 2,500 whatever feet, but this is not for Manyegui now. this is under Ashongashri. But let's publish this one first and see. So we have about how many citations now? Three. So we're making progress. So let's click on this very website and see if we can be able to see the one for Bakikogi, not for Jankasa now. So this is just Jankasa, Nigeria. But then there's a place for us to search. But you can manipulate the website. You can see Jankasa there, but you can replace it with Baki, this space, Kogi, and then in between, if you are manipulating the website, in between you put an underscore. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a dash, but it is under. So if you are using a computer, you have to click on your shift and then you click on minus. It will give you under. But if you are using a phone, you can be able to do it there. So if you enlarge your screen, even this very screen that you are viewing now, you can be able to enlarge it and then you see what I'm talking about. So let's search for Bakin Kogi. So you can see it. It is here. Actually, it is here. So I just searched it after changing Jankasa to Bakin Kogi here, and then I can see it that there's a page on it already. So this is the latitude, this is the longitude, this is the altitude, the height. The height is 2,509, and then this is the altitude in feet. This is in feet, and then this is in meters. So you can go back to your article and see if what is rendered there is in feet or in meters. So let's go back to the tool again. So area, the altitude, you have to change this one. This is in feet. So sorry. So this is in feet 2,509. We copy it and then come back and replace it, and then you put a comma after the thousand. And then the one in meter now, you copy it also and then come back 764 meters. And the population is about, let's check if there's anything like population here. So approximately 7 kilometers in radius. Is there anything information about population here? I can't see anything here about population. There's nothing, no information about population here. So we'll just delete that portion that has to do with population on our own article. So it has a population. So full stop. Then we're going to edit out this very one. So let's look at the website. You have to change the website now, the web address. We have changed it to Bakin Kogi now. Copy it and then come back. Change this one here. You can see it, and then change the title. The title is Bakin Kogi Nigeria page, and then change the title here again from Jankasa to Bakin Kogi. Then the access date is today's date, which is August 20. Today is August 13th, 2025. And then the website itself, or maybe after the title, we can put the website. Website is equal to, let's see the name of the website. The website is fallinggrain.com. We can just put falling grain, put the name of the website there, falling grain. And we can even see the name of the website here. You can see it after www.fallinggrain.com. So falling grain, then access date, this date. So we have 3 citations. Then another place talks about the nearest airport. So you can see nearest airports, the DNGO, this is the Yakubu Gawan Airport, which is located 50 nm east. So 50 nm east. Let's go back again. So the nearest airport to the community is the Yakubu Gawan Airport, Jos, located 50. Located 50 nm east. Full stop. It's as simple as that. 50 nm east. That's nautical miles now. East. So because this information we got it in this same website, we are going to cut it. We are going to cut it. Uh, we are going to cut this thing and then put it at this very front here. We are going to put it at this very front here. So everything here we have both the altitude in feet and in meters, and then the nearest airport. We got everything here in this very website. That's why we're citing this very website. So we can choose to make this one a part of that very paragraph, or we can choose to separate it and make it another paragraph. So let's publish this one and see what we are going to have. So perfect. But then look at archive URL, the archive URL for this postal code we have made. They say we should check this one. There's a problem with the value of the archive URL. So let's check again and see. Whenever you make an error, it's going to show you that very underline. So the archive URL. So this is the problem because I have clicked an enter key and separated this very line from this very line. I don't know if this is the problem. Okay, let's check the archive URL and see if there's indeed a problem with this. So HTTP, but my my URL is still open. Um, so I can copy this thing again. This is the archive URL. Okay, or is it this one? Let me compare it and see which one is actually the archive URL. Okay, so this is actually the archive URL. So I'll cut this one off. I'll do it again. So we don't have to hurry up in this very lesson. This is the major thing about the everything we are doing. This is the major thing. So if you are able to catch this one, that's just good for you. Honestly, it's very good for you. So let me copy the actual URL for this very one. This is the actual URL here. Um, so I don't know if I'm missing the but archive URL. Sorry, where's the URL? So the URL, I'm going to put it here, and then the other one, the archive URL is sorry, this one. So I'm going to put it here. Where is it? Archive URL. So I'm going to replace this one that I have here with it. So let's publish and see if there's anything. So when this one is done, so see problem solved now. We have a problem solved. So everything is in order. Whenever you don't see any red, that means your article is very perfect, very, very perfect. So we need to separate this one. We have to put references here. So we're going to do it very, 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 very quickly. So we just go down, 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 down to the very end of everything here. And then we'll put two equal to, and then we'll put references, and then we'll put two equal to, and then we'll put two square bracket, two curly bracket open, two curly bracket closed, and then we'll put ref list. We have seen it, so we can put a category if we wish. We can put category, and then we can put populated places, or we can still go back to our geometry article. That's our geography article, and then we'll see what categories were put here that we can also copy and then put. And any other thing that you need to actually put, you can still do it. So I'll just copy everything that's here. It's still the same thing. So I'll put ref list. You can put small letter, you can put big letter. So any one of them will work. So the category others have populated places in Kaduna State at your children. And then this one is a stop. The reason why I'm putting this, if you don't put this stop, another person or the admin may put this stop because it's a short article, it's not a full Wikipedia article. So so you can see references has appeared. So one can be able to open and close here. So at the end of the day, you can see the bunch of citations, the categories there, three of them. But then this one is a stop. So you don't have to put this, and at me will put this one. So, but me, I just put it so that somebody can be able to see it and see that this is a Kaduna State related stuff, and then you can help to expand it on Wikipedia. So um, as far as this article is concerned, it is good to go. It has been published, or it has not been published, but it is good to go. It's looking good. So you can also add the C also, the C also that is also found in this article, Jakarta, and because they also have the same, they all have the same, they are all in the same area. So you can just, so I think because of this time that we took, we are going to find you something, Abi. We'll find you pure water so that you drink and then your mind will just calm down. We'll find you pure water. So you put the references. But in case it's not in the same region, you can edit that and then you put where whatever is related to this very page, and then people can go and check. But if there's nothing related to it, you don't have to put this C also. But this is just a complete way of writing it. So you can check your information again and be sure that everything is in order. Check all your citations. Whenever you cite, make sure that you test everything and see if it's going to link you to the same place. Always test all your set, all your this thing. But I've already tested them before now while I was creating the article, so I don't have to test them again. So if you are doing your own, please test and see if it's going to link you to the right place. So if you click on Zonzo now, Zonzo is going to link you to the article Zonzo. So you can test and see everything is working fine. Everything is working fine. Everything is working fine. Everything is working fine. So once you are sure that everything is working fine, everything directs you to the right place. It's not linking you to Yakubu Gawan way in China. So it has to be the one in Nigeria. So if it's the one in China, then that means he's carrying another title. Then you have to go to the Wikipedia and make sure that the one in Nigeria is carrying the same title. Maybe they put comma Nigeria, then Yakubu Gawan China is not carrying any comma. So you have to make the one you use of the one with comma in Nigeria. So that's just it. So once this one is done, then I'm going to show you the lecture of yesterday. And the lecture of yesterday is that you are going to move this one to the main space. So should we go like this, or should I show you? Because if we don't do this one now, we'll never do it again. No, I don't know if we are going to do it again. But
Yes, let's move it.
should I show you how to move it? Okay. So if you want to move this one to the main space, come to more. You can see more here. More. Click on more. So according to what we read in our dashboard, that if you have up to 10 edits, you can be able to move. But you can test it to see, because what I used to know is that you should have up to 500 edits. So you can test and see if the thing has changed, the law has changed. So you can just click on move, click on move, and then it's going to take you to this very new page. So what we need to do is to change this one from user to article. You can see new title, go down, go up to the very first one. You can see article in bracket. This is the one you need if you are moving to the Wikipedia main space, and then you clean your username, and then leave only the name of the place that you want people to be seeing. So just make sure that you don't make mistake in the spelling. And then reason, what's the reason? The reason is that I'm moving into the main space. So main space, move to main space. That's the reason. So click on move to main space. Any other one? No. All you need to do is click on move, bold. Just be bold doing it, and it is moved to the main space. So this is Manyeju. Once you click on this very Manyeju, we're on Wikipedia, so anybody can read it. So an editor, an admin now needs to patrol this very article. So if I was an admin now, I will see patrol this article or something like that. So when I read it as an admin and I see that everything is, I'll just click on patrol, and then I'll receive a message on my bell. This is my notification bell. So once I see this notification, I'll see that my article, so and so article I wrote was patrolled, you know, stuff like that. So that's the way it shows. Messages you have read is going to show white, but the ones that you have not read will show gray. So this article, tell me, this article is actually an orphan article, because I'm not sure if it is mentioned elsewhere. It is not linked elsewhere. I'm not sure if you can be able to click on another page to link you back to this place. So all I need to do is to copy the title, and then I'll search this article on Wikipedia. But because it's going to link me back here on this very page, I'm going to delete something so that it doesn't link me back to this very exact place that I'm already in. So I will delete something from it, and then it will search. So villages, this is the only place right now that has Menyeji. Um, so I have to link. I have to go to this place and trace this place, villages in Kaduna State, and make sure that uh, I see Menyeji in under Zankata. But it's a very long article, so you can trace it. When you trace the place under Zankata, you just have to put two square brackets before and after the Menyeji, and probably maybe it is listed as Baki Kogi somewhere. So you also search for that very Baki Kogi and see if it's going to link you to this very article. Okay, so this one says Baki Kogi now, but this one is Nasarawa State. This one is the one that is Kaduna State. So it's still on the same page, list of villages in Kaduna State. So I think the only place again that we can find this one is at Atiap Chiefdom. So we can go to Atiap Chiefdom and see where it is listed. So if Manyobi is listed here, then you can also Mani or Bakin Kogi. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, it is here. So it's listed as Kigudu here, but Manyeju is here. So we have to link it. Let's link it so that it doesn't become like orphan an orphan page, because if you don't link it, an admin is going to tell you that it is orphaned. So if you choose to maintain the same spelling, you can choose to maintain the spelling, but you have to put a pipe. You have to put a pipe and spell the first spelling should be exactly the way it appears in the article, exactly the way it appears. But you can choose to change it or edit the title. Actually, I edited this very page, but that time I was still learning Wikipedia, so I didn't know that everything has to be the English orthography, right? But then I was putting it the way the Tyap orthography gives it. So we're not supposed to be having the underscore here because this is the English Wikipedia. On the Tyap Wikipedia, we can have that. So I've linked the Manyayui to this very page. So from this very page, I can be able to link back to Menyeji. So it's not offered anymore. So clap for me now. I'm done. So your assignment is that. So thank you very much. So your assignment now is to create a page like this. Create a page like this exactly the same way I just did it like this. You can make mistakes, but don't leave that mistake like that. Watch the video again. So Tessie Friday, she has a question to ask. Yeah, you can ask your question.
I think she left a message on the comment section. She wants to
Okay,
participate. So I've sent that.
okay, okay. So let me just share the link to the link to the assignment. Then we can all see it. Where to go. You can just come over here. Okay, I've shared it earlier on the timeline. Just go to the timeline and then come down to the assignment. The assignment says you
I
should
see your
create an
screen, sir.
article. Oh, sorry,
Oh,
I didn't even share my screen. Sorry, let me go back again and then share the screen. Um, So let me go back to my screen again. But first of all, let me paste the link again. That will take you to where I'm going to right now. So when you click on that very link, it's going to link you to this very place. So when you come this to this place, come to the very down place, down part of it. You are going to see, okay, there's an error. It's supposed to be Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. 2025 13. So this is your assignment now. So your assignment, the due date is tomorrow, please. So you have to create an article in your sandbox using any of the articles here. So it is going to be modified again. So you can choose any of the articles on this very list. You can choose any of them on this very list and create.
but
So choose. Manyoju is
Okay.
not showing yet, but
Yes.
it's going to show later on. It's going to show later. So I can remove it. Yes, probably the title I used is not the same font or something as it is in English, but I can be able to edit it and then it will show. I'll just copy exactly what is showing me on the Wikipedia page, and then I'll come back and then add article. Available article. Then I'll add available articles, and then once I click on add, it's going to show me Manyeji down, down, down. So you can see it is clickable. This one will link me to Manyeji, the page Manyeji. So you can also edit. You can edit. You can improve a page like Toom now. You can click on Toom and then see what is missing. Like pictures, we may have one or two images now, but as of when this article was created, Toom didn't have any pictures. So you can still go to Toom and then put pictures, and then you can see these concerns that were put here, and then you can see if you can be able to address any of the concerns, put more citations. I've shown us how to put citations. So please follow the same process and put more citations to any of these articles. Just search for Tom on Wikipedia, I mean on Google, and then see any information that you can be able to add here, and then you are good to go. So on your own, you have improved Wikipedia also by your edit. You don't have to first of all create an article before you improve Wikipedia by putting more information about it. And that's the reason why you are seeing this stuff. Please help in expanding it. So you can even look at villages in Japan, villages in Europe, and then let's check Hokkaido, for example. You can check any village you can think of, or you can go to Google and say, Google, give me a list of villages in Japan, and then to give you list of villages in Japan, or list of villages in Spain, and then to give you a list of villages in Spain. Look at the way the villages are written about the articles on the villages of Spain in Wikipedia, and then you see that there are many ways that we can actually copy that style into our own articles here in Nigeria, and then make our own articles look improved, just as the articles on Wikipedia are written in Spain or in Europe and in North America or in Asia or anywhere else in the world. So that's just the way of creating or adding to Wikipedia. And then if you don't have pictures there, you can also add pictures to these very places. You can go to Commons and search for any of these places, and then you add these pictures to Wikipedia. So I've taken so much time. So I'm going to pause here. If there's nobody who has any question anymore, then I think we can say goodbye. Thank you very much.
Okay, I just want to talk about. All right, I tried doing some of those assignments, but I noticed that while you check the editor stuff, my name was not there.
Yeah, because you didn't register from the dashboard. So for you to be able to register on the dashboard, you can go to the mentor me. Oh, let me share my screen again. Then you'll see what I'm doing right now. So you can go to the mentor me page on Meta. Once you go to the mentor me program on Meta, you can just search for Tyap Wikimedians User Group, and then you come to Tyap Wikimedians User Group. Click on it, and then once it opens, you see mentor me here. And if your screen is not showing everything, then you can just slide, and then it's going to show you this mentor me. And then once this one opens, you go to August to December 2025, and then this page is going to appear. All you need to do is to come to this very point. This very point. Once I click open, you see the list of all the people who have registered for this very event, all of them. So once you have registered on this very page here, your name is automatically going to show in the outreach dashboard. So my own interface is not going to show with the same thing with your own, because me, I'm an admin here. So I'll be managing the event, but you, it will show you register. So you just click on register, and then you register. Once you register, that's all. It will become 14 here instead of 13, and then you can now begin to do your other assignments. So are we good to go?
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much. So
All right.
if there are no questions, I'll just hand over to it. Thank you.
Okay, Kamba, thank you so very much for that awesome practical. I believe this one is quite explicit that even the people that are not online, or even for those of us who are still online that are still finding a little bit of confusion, the whole session was recorded or is being recorded. You can go back to the YouTube and still watch everything from beginning to the very end so that you can get yourself acquainted to everything that is being said. And for those of us who are here on the call, we are just going to continue
You can, be ginger to participate again tomorrow. So we don't hope that we are going to be taking so much time, but then it's cool. So you just have to
Sorry, I don't know if anyone is hearing me there. I want to ask about something. Hello.
so
I
I
wanted
think
asking so.
we're good to go. Oh, okay.
So my sincere apology. I just got kicked out. The network is something very funny, but I've been back now. So thank you
Honestly,
everyone
it's quite
for
funny.
Sorry, I've been having
So sorry, naturally, he said he wanted
I
to
have
us.
said initially, just to
no, I've been
encourage
having
each and every one of us. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, naturally, he wants to
Okay,
ask a question.
okay. So just to
okay,
encourage
not really, but
each
I've
and
been
every one of
having
us, for those of us who are
audio
currently on the
interruption
call right
here.
now,
You
I'm
can
just
please
going
go
to
ahead to
screenshot
ask your
it.
question. Yeah.
I've been having audio
Okay, I'm
interruption
just
here.
going
I
to
don't know if it's
I'm just going to screenshot it and paste it on the call. Okay, can you hear me at all?
And naturally has a question to ask. Yes, naturally has a question to ask.
He said he has been having audio interruption. That's what he's trying to say.
Okay,
Yes,
okay. Okay, it's the network. The network.
yes. So the network
Honestly. So
initially kicked me out. My network is so bad. So please, if you can hear me, for those of us on the call, we are just going to, I'm going to screenshot this message. Be on the lookout on the WhatsApp group. I'm going to drop a message with this particular number of people on call right now. I'll tell you what to do on the group chat. So follow the instruction there. At least you get something, a little something to support your data and for taking your time to participate to the very end. So thank you so very much. And please remember that your assignment are also very vital. So at the end of this session, at the end of the week, we are going to keep at the end of the week to support your data. So please work on your assignment, complete your homework. At the end of the week, we are going to look at everybody's work. For those who completed, they will be eligible to get the token at the end of the week. So thank you so very much for taking out your time. And I think from now on, in the absence of anything, just be on the lookout on the WhatsApp group where I'm going to drop this chat, this interface as it is like this, with a caption on it. Follow the instruction and you'll get something for yourself. So thank you everyone, and please do have a good night rest.
bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye bye. Good
thank you.
night.
Bye.
All
Yeah,
right,
good
good night.
night.
Thank you.